YouTube, what the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage here. It is time to protect the lands of Bretonnia with the Fay Enchantress, who's going to be leading the Carcassonne faction here, however you say that. Here's the different buffs that we get. We get extra casualty replenishment and reduced cost for Grail Guardians, which is going to be one of the units in our starting army. I wish I could just get 2 of those instead of the Field Trebuchet, but hey, whatever. We'll take the one and we'll hope for the best. Enjoy the cutscene.
Does war visit fair Bretonnia this day? It is no longer enough for the dukes to sit idle. It is time for the flower of Bretonnia to unfurl and reveal its thorns. I come to his court with a wealth of knowledge that will aid this errantry war. Like the Grail companions of old, the dukedoms of Bretonnia will unite under the banner of their king. Let their enemies feel lance tip and blessed sword. Now is the age of chivalry and greatness. Now is the age of blood and battle.
That's right, people. It's time for the age of blood and battle.
Blessings on you and your lands, wise and Fay Enchantress. Your kingdom is in peril and has need of your strength. Dark clouds are brewing abroad. The elves of Athel-Loren grow bold of late. Their expansionist desires see them encroaching beyond the limits of the forest. Hold your own against their ilk. The nearby mountains are infested with greenskins. As ever they battle the stubborn dwarfs, be vigilant, lest their filthy scourge infects Bretonnian lands. Along the coast, the mercenaries of Tilia sell their swords to the highest bidder. You can be sure they value coin over loyalty. Be wary of them. The savage Beastlord Kazrak dwells nearby. He is set upon a path of war that will invariably bring him into contact with you. You must defeat this ruinous threat. Ever blessed by the Lady of the Lake, Bretonnian lands serve the goddess completely. Show no fear. March forth, and in her name, restore the virtue of your realm. My lord, the Dukes of Bretonnia have resided under.
So let me introduce you to a few things that are new. Shut up. Introduce you to a few things that are new about Bretonnia. Chivalry is going to be something you have to keep track of. It's up here in the top left. These are the different ratings. It goes from negative all the way up here to the highest, which is chivalrous. And you get bonuses, or of course in the bottom one, a negative. The overall economy. Your chivalry needs to be high, and we're going to play this campaign in a chivalrous manner. How much chivalry can we get? I think it fits the idea. So you get it through winning like heroic victories and other things that you do in campaign. You'll see it'll say plus chivalry or whatever as you get it. The peasant economy, this shows you how many peasants are in your army, which is 11, and how many total you can field. Peasant units include men-at-arms, peasant cavalry like the yeomen and archers and all the other stuff you have to deal with. There's a new building tree and technology tree. The tech tree, this is kind of like all your diplomacy type stuff, and over here you have to do research to be able to confederate. So all these here will kind of help you unify Bretonnia, and then you have your economic-based stuff over here, and then there's kind of like anti-other faction stuff through here. And you can, if you want to go to war with, say, like Chaos, you can research this. It gives you +2 chivalry for every victory against Chaos, which is cool. A bonus versus large when you're fighting against them for all forces. That's also awesome. Improved aura sizes, less attrition, suffer from chaos territory. It's really kind of a neat thing. Of course, it makes chaos hate you even more, but chaos hates you anyway, so there's really no reason to be worried about that kind of stuff. What was the other thing I was going to show you? Oh, the Green Knight. Every time you pick up a level of Chivalry, you get a use of the Green Knight. He comes around for about 15 turns when you use him, so you need to use him in the most appropriate times. The Fay Enchantress is a Lore of Life sorceress, and she has some special abilities that are pretty fun. She's not bad in melee for a mage. Obviously, she's got some weaknesses. And let's take a look at the building tree. So you got your barracks and your stables. I want to try and rush the stables to get to the royal stables. It's not easy, but if we could get there, that would be huge. It's going to make our armies extremely powerful. Yeah, you need a smithy to build the better infantry, so it requires an extra slot if that's what you want to pull off. Yeah, I mean, that's battle pilgrims and other stuff are going to come from here. So we're Grail Knights, I believe, eventually when you get up here to the top. Yeah, Grail Guardians. Maybe it's just Grail Guardians. But in any case, yeah, so their economy, you have farms and you have weaving houses. And to go along, you kind of have to step up using the windmill when you're doing the farms. So it goes fields to windmill, and then back here to farm, and then up to the water wheel, and then over to the land estate. So you kind of have to take up 2 slots, but it also gives you more benefit from farms than other factions get. You've got this tap room thing over here, which is going to boost your control in the provinces and in adjacent provinces, an apothecary, which boosts your growth and casualty replenishment. This is a special tower here for the Enchantress, which is pretty sweet. You can build it at level 3, which would be a pretty cool building to have. Pretty cool indeed. Gives you a lot of extra wins at Magic. So I'm not going to spend any money on this building here, and I'm going to go ahead and build up the stables. And we're going to go from there. I'm going to recruit some more men-at-arms. These guys are not good, but it's all I can do right now to try and survive. Peasant archers are no longer, or peasant bowmen are no longer as good as they were either, so that's definitely something you're going to struggle with early in this campaign, but I mean, they're still not bad, so we'll get some. I'm going to go ahead and start researching to try and confederate with Paravon. And then Bordelot will be my next objective, because Bordelot is up here, and then Paravon's right here, and I want to be able to boost my relations with those. You start off at war with the Wood Elves. It's good if you can put pressure on the Wood Elves early and get them to surrender, but it's sometimes quite difficult. I've gotten it to work a couple of times, but a lot of times the Wood Elves are just really hard to deal with. Tax rates, growth. I'm actually just going to go with growth for now. Early on in the campaign, you'll see on the next turn what happens. You get this weird event, like second or first turn into the campaign, where you get minus 20 control for 20 turns. I mean, is that long enough? Makes a lot of sense, right? So I didn't do the extra control because there's going to be rebellions, and I kind of used the rebellions to rank up the Enchantress's army. But at the same time, it makes it annoying because you kind of have to be back around your settlement every few turns just to keep it from getting wrecked by greenskin rebels. But it's kind of fun. The Wood Elves, so there's ups and downs here. The Wood Elves are a lot less aggressive, but at the same time, it's kind of bad because when they sit here in their little tree house, you can't really come in and get them. So it makes it very challenging to get the Wood Elves to come do anything. We might try raiding them and see if that'll work. I haven't tried that as of yet. Let's end another turn because there's not a whole lot else for us to do on this turn. There's Khazrak. He usually shows up early, so let's go kick the crap out of him. Oh, the Wood Elves sent an envoy out to try and assassinate me. Let's hope they didn't succeed. Good. We got lucky. Okay, I'm going to come over here and cut off Khazrak. And let's see if there's anything else to be had. No, it's going to be a few turns before we can build anything else. We just need to save our money. After we kill Khazrak, I'm questioning whether I should actually go after the elves or maybe just go on an early campaign against Astalia and try and build up some extra economy because we're going to badly need it. Let's go out here and kill Khazrak. Okay. Let's fight and destroy Khazrak's army. Should be a good way to kick things off. When you play this campaign on normal, you're not going to see near as much aggression from the other factions. I tried it on normal when I very first got access to this just to kind of see how the mechanics work for Bretonnia. And as you ratchet up the difficulty, this is probably nothing new than it was in the past, by the way, but as you ratchet up the difficulty, it becomes exceedingly more likely that you're going to see challenges from other factions and people who don't want to surrender or make peace. And you know, if you're on normal, the Bretonnian factions are pretty much all your friends, and sometimes on this difficulty, even all the Bretonnian factions will declare war on you for reasons that are completely mind-boggling, other than that's how CA tries to make the game more difficult, which doesn't make a lot of sense, but it's just how it's going to be, apparently. Okay, let's get all of our units grouped up right. Start deployment. Let's use our Blessed Trebuchet. This thing can get some work done sometimes, actually. So we're going to allow it to do just that. We're going to sit back, launch a few salvos in here, and yeah, that was a pretty good one, too. If you get some solid hits with this thing, it does immense damage, so I would think that as your chevrons go up on it, it's going to get some pretty serious work done. Look at these beastmen running away. They're like, yeah, no thanks. Just going to let my archers fire at will. I say that right when I give them an attack order. Alright, Grail Guardians into position. Enchantress. Okay, bowmen take down the Minotaurs. I'm going to attack them with the Enchantress and my Lure of Beast Damsel. And then we're going to rear charge this vicinity with our Grail Guardians. Look at the Fay Enchantress spitting out her green life magic here. It's pretty awesome. The Grail Guardians smashing Ungor Spearmen. Absolutely beautiful. So we've pretty quickly taken these guys out. I'm going to transfer some of these units up. You can see despite winning the combat, some of my men-at-arms ratted. So yeah, the Bretonnian infantry is less than reliable. Okay, we got the Ungor Raiders. They're going to drop in a big hurry. Let's draw our fire away from our Grail Guardians. And we should be able to remove Khazrak. Let's get all our infantry. And I'm going to use my Grail Guardians to try and mop up a bunch of this routing infantry and ratchet up the kills and just see if I can get any chevrons going on. Might as well do that. It's the Grail Guardians. Yeah, go ahead and mop these guys up. I want to get some chevrons and experience. Like I said, ratchet it up. We're going to try and use the rest of my forces to kill Khazrak, which he'll drop. He did. But I'm going to go ahead and mop up, like I said, some of these units. I want to artificially inflate the experience level of the Grail Guardians. If they're good now, we want them to be even better. Got 160 kills. There we go. Let's go mop up this other unit. And then that should be good enough. There's definitely still a lot of units around, but we'll just one more and we'll call it good. Some of these guys are fleeing in different directions, which makes sense in real life, but it's kind of weird for the game's sake. Unless that was the intention of such a mechanic. Alright, we almost picked up a chevron. Even 200 kills, the Beastmen units just aren't worth much by way of experience to the Grail Guardians. But 205 kills, we'll take it. And they barely got scathed. The Beastmen would have nothing there except for the Minotaurs to help try and put down the Guardians, but even that would probably not work, especially with the archers. I'm going to take the leadership. It's the more chivalrous road. Ransoming units is considered unchivalrous. It takes away from your chivalry rating. Okay, Beastmen destroyed. A couple of turns and we're going to have greenskins to try and deal with. The Enchantress. We're gonna wait on Knight's Vow because we'll have time. Let's go ahead and get Earthblood so we can heal units and try and keep them in the fight a little bit longer. And honestly, the Shield of Thorns could be handy, maybe. That only works on a single ally, or else that Flesh to Stone would be huge. We want to get Doomflock with this lady as soon as possible, which we can do with the next skill point. And Doomflock will make her a considerably more powerful character for us. We're going to encourage a bit of a Greenskin Rebellion here. And like I said, we'll use as another opportunity to build up some victory, which just increases our chivalry. We're growing pretty quickly here, but one thing we don't have in high supply is money. I think we're going to get a rebellion on this turn. Yep, there it is. We'll go ahead and shut it down immediately. Alright, so we finished this chivalry here. Leadership for lords, armor for lords, and then we're going to work on this heraldry of Artois, which would give us 10 more chivalry and a better relationship with Artois, which is not important right now, but it gets us to the Paravan one that we want. Execute some greenskins, get some more points to level up our lady.
I protect Bretonnia.
We're going to follow that up. Like I said, we're just gonna use this greenskin event to the best. See, we're gonna get another rebellion in like a turn or two. It's actually, like I said, it's good. It's gonna help us get lots of level up on our lady. I'm thinking about going with this Shield of Thorns. There's times when that could be resistant or useful. Grail Vow, I don't know. I'm thinking about other options. Actually, let's not do that. Let's get to this Lowborn Militia, because that'll boost all of our units better than just a temporary spell. Doomflock is ours. I like the music. It's nice.
Past, present, future.
Alright, Paravan wants a non-aggression pact. That's fantastic. I wonder if they'll trade with me. If I have anything to trade.
The lady grants you safe passage in
Please,
these
please,
lands.
please. Yes! Alright, so we got
Welcome, friends.
something going
Let's
here.
hope we come to an accommodation.
Yes, let's do hope we come to it. What's going to take? Non-aggression pact. Payments. Offer payment. Come on. Quit being buttheads. We should be friends here. Boy, it took a lot of payoff, but whatever. Alright, we've got at least some allies started
Welcome,
here.
friends.
We'll try and get a trade agreement with them soon enough too. I hate giving them that much money because I desperately need money early in the campaign like this, but let's use this to improve the livery, and then we'll do the village next. And like I said, I want more rebellions here because we're going to just level up our lord, or lady, and our sorceress.
What do you seek?
Perfect. So long, greenskin scum.
Wishes the brave. You
And it
seek
works. I
prophecy?
picked up skill points. Getting leveled up, gaining chivalry. These are all things that we want. Because if we get a use of the Green Knight, also that could be clutch in a time of great need. Okay, let's start working on this Lowborn Militia. So that's now improved my leadership stats pretty significantly. And the next level will be a pretty big boost as well. We got 1 point here. Let's get Wildheart. Next time we'll reduce the cooldown on Doomflock.
Who calls
And
me
we're going to get
hence?
another rebellion in 2 turns. Like I said, we'll just keep using this to level up our ladies here. And let's try and get a trade agreement with Bordelot. See if we can really work the diplomacy rather than worried about expanding here early. Let's work diplomacy to our favor.
Welcome to fair Bretonnia.
I know it's weird to think of heir being successful at diplomacy, but I'm trying. Plus, it helps my income just moderately. Even if it's moderately, it's a big help. Okay, here comes another horde of greenskins. That'll boost our chivalry, and like I said, as soon as we can get to the next level of chivalry, we pick up a use of the Green Knight, which we can try and use as a get-out-of-jail-free card if we ever end up in a really tough battle or situation.
Ever ready.
Okay. Goodbye, green skin scum. Yes! So our chivalry, I think it increased into the next level. No. It's 0 to 199. Crap. Alright, well, we got a lot of work to do, but we're getting there. We're making good progress. And we picked up this banner here, which gives additional speed. Let's give that to our Grail Guardians. Alright. Excellent. Chivalry is growing. And we're going to continue to use these green skin incursions to our favor. And with the livery built up, we can get Knights Errant. So it's time to take that vow and then get some Knights Errant into our army. And then we can be quite a lot more threatening. I'm going to go ahead and finish buffing up my peasantry. And then I'm going to mount the lady, we're going to need Knight's Vow soon too. But we'll get there. We'll have plenty of opportunity. Let's do Lowborn Militia. Probably Silvaron or Knight's Vow, one of the two next. And now we can reduce the cooldown on Doomflock. So again, significantly improving our chances of winning a battle. And if we can get the Green Knight available to us, I'm going to be feeling a lot better about life. Because you can end up in some really tough positions on a higher level campaign with the lady. Okay. We're about to finish some research too. There's our green skin XP builders. Alright, now we're researching the heraldry of Paravon. We can get income from trade or extra growth. 15 turns of extra growth is pretty big. The trade agreement would be nice, but my trade is kind of worthless as it is, so let's go with the peasants.
I protect Bretonnia.
And let's go ahead and take out the green skin scum. Alright, sweet. We picked up another level. This is perfect. This is working out exactly like I want it to right now.
Going forward.
Ooh, we picked up a dragon helm. That's cool. I don't know how bad we need it, but
You seek prophecy.
we're at level 9 with the Enchantress, so we're going to put Knight's Vow and Silvaron. So now she has a mount. And let's go ahead and grab the Warhorse for this lady. Make them a little more decimating in fights, a little more survivable. We have enough money to go ahead and improve this town over here too. Let's do that, because that means we can build some further infrastructure into our economy. This may seem mundane to some of you, the way I'm starting this, but there's a reason I'm doing this. Is it the best reason? I don't know. You'll have to tell me at some point. But I think that it serves a purpose.
I am called forth.
Yeah, we're up to 165 chivalry, so another greenskin invasion or two, and we should get an unlock of the Green Knight. That way, if we end up in a really bad position early on, we can call on him. He's a very powerful unit, especially earlier in the campaign. Crap, I don't want either one of these. I'm not going to be recruiting. It's 10 turns, though. Gosh. Whatever, just do the upkeep. That's stupid. Give me events like that. It's pointless.
Your will guides me.
Alright, so trait gain, plus 30 chivalry, leadership when attacking, aura size when attacking, that's good. Trait gain warrior, melee attack, weapon strength, good. The Enchantress is picking up lots of good stuff here. Got the Scarecrow banner, which decreases leadership. Let's give that to the Battle Pilgrims. Alright, the Damsel and the Fay Enchantress both leveled up. So we're already to level 10. And Knights Errant are probably good enough for now. Vigor reduction, weapon strength for Battle Pilgrim and Grail Reliquae units. That's not going to help me a whole lot. Neither will the other things. Let's see what's up in this tree a little bit further. Aura size, charge bonus for Battle Pilgrims. Yeah, missile resist. I mean, none of that stuff's looking particularly fantastic to me. Let's look at this one down here. Control, recruitment, income, reduction in corruption, lightning strike, growth, conquer, premonition. Okay, none of that stuff looks great. Extra winds of magic available later on. Let's just reduce the cooldown of Earthblood for now. And let's go with Pan's Impenetrable Pelt. Or we could do a Barded Warhorse. A little bit confused. Is that going to hurt my character if I take it? Does it take away the lady's blessing if I put her on a Barded Warhorse? Leadership down, speed down. But it gives her extra armor and more hit points. That's weird. And it takes away the blessing of the lady. Yeah, whatever. Let's just leave her alone then. Alright, Pan's Impenetrable Pelt it is. I'm just about out of time for this episode. Let's see if we can build this tower thingy. We need a lot more money before we can build the tower. A whole lot more money. Let's maybe get... I'm trying to think what would be the most useful thing to get right now. I don't know if we need extra garrison or not. I don't really know what to build there at the moment. Let's save a little more money, and then we'll think about it. It's not killing me not having something there at the moment, so let's just hold on to our cash. What does Estalia want? A trade agreement? Sure. I wonder if we can go force the elves into peace. Tired army. Good grief. What's with all the annoying things here? Gosh. It's like you gotta constantly be trying to wreck my chances here, don't you? Alright. This is funny. I was just talking in a message to Ninja Hunt, and I was like, why did CA nerf Karl Franz? And he's like, you tell me. It's weird. I was hoping they'd give him a little buff. They said maybe it's because they seem to buff his items a bit. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Nerfing Karl Franz was one of the most pointless and stupid things for them to do in the patch. It didn't make any sense whatsoever. This would actually help us from a trade perspective, because now we can trade brine with other people and make some extra money from trade, and then our port gives extra growth and income too. So let's go ahead and do that. We could use the extra income because I'd really like to recruit some knights errant, and I can't pay for them as of current. Sweet, the greenskins are back, so hopefully we can gain another level. Tribute, angry gods. I don't need any extra. Well, how long does my... I wish I knew how much longer that greenskin thing went. I don't want to give up the money, so it's going to be angry gods.
You seek the lady?
I do. If you see her, could you tell her that I need more knights? That'd be helpful. Really be great. Okay, goodbye, greenies.
I am the fair.
Hang on, what did we just pick up? I'm skipping stuff too fast. More chivalry, more melee attack, more weapon strength. Nice!
Your will?
Lady's got some weapon strength going on now.
My journey continues.
Your journey does continue. I wonder if I should spend money now on the vows or not. Let's do this flesh to stone. Giving the lady more armor in the right situation could be very useful. Let's go ahead and go with evasion and We can eventually get Curse of Honor, which could be useful against the elves. Or this Manticore spawn. Which, I don't know. They degenerate so fast now, I don't know if it would be useful or not, but still something to consider.
I hear the wind.
Alright, we're surviving, and that's actually a pretty big deal. I think we got a use of the Green Knight now, too, because our chivalry went up so high, so that's also a big benefit. That means, like, if we needed to get in a big fight with the Wood Elves all of a sudden, we could call on the Green Knight. Alright, and now Paravan may want to join up with us, we'll see. Damsels, military training, he recruit for paladins. Man, a paladin could be useful as well. That's going to cost us some pretty extreme upkeep, but maybe we can pay for it by building up this brine mine. Let's get the paladin. I think a paladin would be extremely useful for us, especially if we can get him built up like on his steed and everything. Chivalry melee attack, chivalry weapon strength. Leadership for all knight units. That could be kind of cool. And we get some nice level on him to start off with here. Let's do Blade Master. Probably Devastating Charge. Because charge bonus on these big heroes does a lot.
I protect Bretonnia.
Yeah, we took a bit of a hit to our upkeep with this guy, but it's not insurmountable.
I will lead by example.
You better lead by example. And then in a few turns, we're going to get a little bit better income. Let's go ahead and do the research to make Bordelot like us more. And speaking of...
The lady grants you safe passage in these lands.
Military alliance, maybe? Woo! Good, good, good. We have a military ally. That's a big deal.
The lady grants you safe passage in these lands.
Okay, Bordelot's not there yet, but... Alright, folks. That's all the time I have for this episode. Hope you all enjoyed it. HeirofCarthage signing out for now. I'll see you soon.